Hey, it's Stacy. I had a really juicy conversation this morning, and it got me thinking about relationships. And as women, we spend the majority of our lives in a relationship, seeking a relationship, avoiding relationships, or recovering from relationships. So, like everything about the way we move through the world, there is this relationship focal point. We are just relationship centric. That's just how we are. But I think that it's interesting because the things that we invest in, like we'll invest in a handbag or we'll invest in vacations and we buy shoes and we get our nails done, and sometimes like we invest in education. And I think that that's great. I love that women, that we do things that we enjoy and we buy the things that we like, but we don't spend a lot of time investing in our relationships in terms of how we operate in them, because how we move in relationship is really based on what we've seen. We live what we learn, and unfortunately most of us didn't learn a lot of great relationship etiquette, not because there were something wrong with the people that modeled it, but they just didn't know better either. But we it's interesting that with this being like the focal point of our lives, even when we are in a relationship, if our relationship isn't working, then it impacts the way that we do our jobs. It impacts the way we interact and engage with our friends. It impacts how we take care of ourselves. So, like, the relationship really plays this huge role in how we are and who we are as women. Yet, we spend so little time actually investing and learning and growing into the kind of women that can have healthy, expansive relationships. We watch these movies and and I'm a rom-com fan, so I'm not knocking rom-coms and romantic novels and that kind of thing, but we watch and read these things that paint this ideal of a relationship, except for we have no idea how to cultivate that. And then when things don't go the way that we want them to in our relationships, we often play the blame and shame game. It's like it was his fault or it was her fault. And even the part that we own what we did or what belongs to us, but we often don't take any steps to make that better or to learn enough from the experience to take that and use it in a positive way in our next relationships or in our other engagements. So that's the reason that I created the Relationship Roundtable. And the Relationship Roundtable is an interactive conversation series. It's 4 weeks. And during that time, we're going to cover love and connection. And in that, we're going to talk about self love and interdependence, core wounds, emotional availability, patterns, slowing down, withholding love. Yes, ladies, we do that. We withhold our love when we get upset. We do that with our lovers, and we also do that with our friends and our children and our family. We are really good at withholding love. And we also resist intimacy. So we'll be exploring that in the first week. In the second week, we'll be talking about sex and the body. We'll be exploring boundaries and consent as it relates to monogamous relationships, and not just consent in the dating realm, because we talk about like when you're dating someone, but that doesn't go away because you are in a relationship. So we'll be exploring that. We'll also be talking about pleasure and healthy healing, because sex can be a way to heal in a healthy way, and surrender and sacred movement, and actually moving your body. It's going to be so juicy. Week 3, we're going to explore the feminine and masculine energy dynamic. We'll be talking about gender roles and softening and being assertive without being demanding, because we often associate masculine energy with being assertive, but sometimes that comes off as just being a dick. But you can totally be in your masculine, assert your energy without being demanding. We'll be exploring that. And we'll also be talking about surrender in that too, because surrender shows up in so many areas of our lives. And when we are in our feminine, when we allow ourselves and we're in the space of receiving, we can lean in, we can be soft, and we can surrender without being weak. And in week number 4, we're going to talk about communication and conflict resolution. That week is going to be huge because one of the things that we do terribly wrong in our relationships is we really don't know how to resolve conflict. We do not argue well, but knowing how to argue is vital to the health and the success of your relationships. We'll also be talking about anger and silence because, ladies, I know you'll relate to this. We often use silence as a weapon. It can be abusive. Sometimes we feel like men, because they don't talk as much as we do, we often feel like they use silence as a weapon. So we'll be talking about that. We'll also be talking about support, allowing it, requesting it, and being present for it, and being fully expressed. Because one of the things that's come up a lot in my coaching practice in the last several weeks is almost every client I have is being called to be fully expressed. Because when we strangle our voice, when we stuff down our truth, when we don't own our power and speak through that, we just can't function in a whole healthy way, and we can't be our best selves in relationships. And sometimes we don't express ourselves because as women we have been told that we talk too much, we feel too deeply, and sometimes that makes men afraid, and so we sometimes don't say anything because we're afraid of how it's going to be received. And we'll also be talking about how to clearly communicate what you want. So asking for what you want and in a way that leaves space for you to actually get it. So this is going to be so juicy, and these are conversations that need to be had, and that's the reason that I created this program. So if you're on the fence about it, and I know that you have looked at it, if you're watching this video, you've probably seen me promoting it and you probably have considered it, but it might not seem like a priority to you. It might be one of those things that feels like it's extra, but if a relationship is the focal point of your life and you aren't learning and seeking ways to be better at it, you cannot expect to meet someone or be married and think like, oh, it's going to be all heart, stars, and horseshoes. Like, it just isn't going to happen. You have to actually cultivate the kind of behavior and be the woman who can hold the space for that kind of relationship. So if you're looking for a happy and a healthy relationship, you have to be the kind of woman that can be with that. And this program will definitely help with that. So if you're interested, I definitely encourage you to sign up. You can visit bit.ly/relationship roundtable, and all the information is there. Space is limited, so don't wait till the last minute. And the fun begins on June 15th. So I'm really, really excited. And I have to say, like, of all the things that I've created, I am the most proud of this because I know how I function and I know what I needed a long time ago was something like this, a place where I could be expressive, where I could communicate with other women, where I could voice my experience and be heard and supported and actually have an unbiased ear to tell me the truth. This is what this relationship roundtable is going to be about. It's going to be about truth telling and being heard, seen, and held, and expanding so that we can have the kind of healthy and juicy relationships that we've watched in the movies and that we've read about in books, but they can happen in real life too, but we got to show up for them. So I hope that you'll be a part of it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have girlfriends that are in relationships, looking for relationships, recovering from a relationship, or avoiding a relationship, forward this video to her. Let's make sure that we all become the kind of women who can be and have the kind of relationships that we desire. Thank you.